Hello, welcome to talenttricks.com. Today I will show you how we will create slowly changing type 1 dimension to load our customer database. So in database, this is my database for the customer tables. So to load this, I'm loading this dimension as a type 1 slowly changing dimension type 1. Slowly changing dimension type 1 means whenever there is any attribute like the address changes, so we are going to update the same record. We are just update the last modified date, but the current date will remain same. So in slowly changing type 1, we will not insert a new record as we do in type 2, which we will discuss in future uh, future webcast. But uh, but for today, we will understand how slowly changing dimension works and what are the attributes we need to be considered in case we are going for update, or we are going for delete, or we are going for reject a record, or whether we want to insert a record or not. So uh, let's say if we are getting a first name or a last name, so these are the two columns on which we will decide we are going to insert or update a record. If that first name and last name already exist in our database, then we are going for an update. If it is not exist, then we are going for an insert. So, so this first name and last name we are considering as our business key. So, which is provided by the client in their data, and this address one and first city or customer state or postal address. If any of these attributes or the phone number is changed, we are going for an update instead of insert. So, but when I mean update, we will update these the new value which is coming, new address, and we will insert the last modified date, right? This is the deleted flag. So in data warehouse, we will never delete a record. We will never hard delete a record, but instead we soft delete a record, which means we just marked a record to be inactive. If a record, if a record is with the status with a delete flag 1, it means that the record is being deleted as per the client instruction. If a client sends us a signal to delete a record, we will update the status to 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. So, by 1 means we will not represent it on their reports, but we will keep it in our warehouse. But there are another attributes to be considered, like this address to. So if a client sends an update on address to, we are not considering as for update. We are just rejecting a record. We will not do anything with that record if there is any update on the address, if there is any change in the address to. And similarly with the phone number too. So I will show you what will be our source file. So this will be our source file. So we are generating the customer IDs. We are generating the customer ID. It's a sequence which is created on a database. and we will consider this customer first name and customer last name which is coming from our client in a source file. We will consider it as a business key. So our business key is these two attributes, and this attribute address 1, cust city, customer state, postal code, phone number 1, and credit limit is a is the what we can call it as a checksum attributes. Based upon this, we will decide if any of the attribute is changed with respect to the value in our database, then we are going for an update. Even the customer email also, then we are going for an update. Even the delete flag also, then we are going for an update. So if there is a change in the in the address too, then we will not update our record. So that is a type 1 slowly changing dimension type 1, in which dimension attributes are changing with respect to time. And how we are handling it, we are just updating a current record in our database. In type 1 we will just update, right? We will not insert a new record. Okay, so let's say we have a new record with a name as I will take my name. Okay, the address as, let's say, take it as same as this one. Okay, and this one and this one. Okay, postal code is also same. Okay, phone number I will little bit change it to 6. Okay, so credit limit is, and then deleted as 0. So it should not be deleted. And this is the new record we have decided based upon our business key, right? So if we save it, and what should happen now in that scenario, because it's a new record as per the business key, as per the first name and the last name, we are going to insert a record. So let's run. So this is my Talend job. If I just run it, it will insert one customer and update one customer. Okay, that's it. Okay, this new record has been inserted, right? New record has been inserted, but if we just update this address, and we will rerun our job. It's a batch job built in Talend. I will tell you how I have written this logic to implement slowly changing dimension in Talend. So in that case, just one record is went for update, right? Let's see. And here the address is now updated. Now I will show you the another trial in which in that case I will just update the address too. And as per our logic, this there should not be any operation on our database. If I update just this record, then there should not be any operation in our database. See, zero record updated, zero record customer, right? But if I do an update on again on the address, right? Then it will reflect all the changes with respect to address 2 as well in our database. Let's see. So it will send for an update. Now one record is went for update. Okay. And here. And now we will refresh it. See, we have a address to updated as well. But that address to updated when we did a change for address 1. So that is type 1 slowly changing dimension. We are changing the values of a dimension over a period of time, and we are making a change. We are handling that change in our database with a type 1. So I will show you how we have implemented this type 1. So I hope every one of you are familiar with Talend. So I have just read the source file, right? This is my source file. I just read the source file and convert the type as did some type conversion, just basic conversion from uh, from string to integer, because I was reading all the input columns as a string and just converting it to integer. So that's the basic conversion I'm doing it. So after that, this is my design. This is my design. So after that, I have written customers. This in order 1 I am sending it for insert. In order 2 I am sending it for update. So these are the two operation I am doing it. So as we know, customer ID is getting generated whenever we insert a new record, and we have applied a sequence on a customer ID. Customer ID will automatically be get created. A new number will get assigned to a customer ID. So if we are inserting any record, so that means it is assigned to a customer ID. So based upon that, we can identify. So if we join the source file, this is the source file, uh, first name and last name. If that first name and last name exist, we are doing a left outer join. If that exists in our database, we will get its customer ID, and we will see, and we will say, if customer ID is null, we will identify it that this record is going for an insert. But when customer ID is not null, customer ID is not equals to null, and and the attributes which we are considering, the attributes which are coming from file, like address 1, city, state, postal code and phone number, and all limit, email and deleted flag. So these are coming from the file, and we have just did the concatenation, and we have called it as row hash. So here plus is the concatenation operator in Java. So we are just doing a concatenation of all these attributes. It will give us the one string value. We are calling it as a row hash from file. Similarly, we get the row hash from database, and we will compare it, row hash from file and row hash from database. If these two are not equal, and customer ID is not null, that means we have identified that this record will go for an update, right? So that's why we have name it as an update customers, right? And all other records which has row hash equals to the row hash in db and row hash in file, both row hash are equal, even though we have a customer id, because we are getting uh, a db row hash, we are going to reject it because there is no update required, so we are not taking it forward. So we just have two out two out files here, right? Two out row. Okay, right? So we are taking it forward. So so that's the basic logic which we have implemented to make our dimension as a slowly changing type 1. Thank you so much. I hope you will join me in the next screencast where I will be explaining slowly changing type 2. Thank you so much.